Mr. and Mrs. Smith has all the well-trodden hallmarks of a spy show. High-stakes missions, stunning shooting locations, explosions. Showrunner Francesca Sloan sets up a really familiar structure. But by episode 4, just when you think you understand how the show works, the main conflict becomes...
Things take a while to gel.
Yeah.
Right, like especially...
Yeah. It's a dinner table scene in a spy show, and it is some of the most compelling, enthralling genre TV ever. So, how are the writers able to get away with it? Let's take a look at Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Season 1, Episode 4, Double Date. The TV show introduces us to two spies, played by Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. They're hired to do high-risk missions for a secret company. They're given new names, John and Jane Smith, and are paired up and married as part of their new identities.
We're married.
Yeah, I guess we're married now.
Over time, John and Jane grow feelings for each other, and they become a real couple. We follow them as they learn how to best be partners in crime, metaphorically.
Stop saying that. I didn't take the credit.
Shower.
And literally. In writing the TV drama series, Pamela Douglas writes, "You need to fully imagine what makes stories happen in your world." Now, for a lot of TV shows, the story engine can be pretty obvious. In House, there is a new patient to cure. In Sherlock, a new mystery to solve. In Succession, a new way to impress daddy. I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. The story engine is very apparent in procedural shows, but serialized shows have them too. It would be pretty weird if House joined a circus in one episode and didn't cure any patients. That's incongruous with House's story engine. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a spy show. The first 3 episodes set up this structure. John and Jane receive their mission details, things go awry, and then they need to work together as a team to eventually achieve their objective, or, when they miscommunicate, fail. In episode 4 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, John and Jane have a day off, so they spend time at an artisan market. A chance encounter introduces them to another John Smith.
His last name's Smith. He's one of us.
What?
It turns out this other John has also been paired up with his own Jane. When the two couples meet, we realize that they could not be more different. Our John and Jane started their relationship off slowly, while the other Smiths claim they fell in love at first sight. Our John and Jane are new to the company, while the other Smiths have been doing missions together for 6 years. Even after all this time, the other Smiths act like a honeymooning couple. Watch what happens when the other Smiths kiss.
He was not.
No, he's a
You were-
big...
we were-
Our John and Jane feel distant in this moment, hoping they could feel that connection, that spark with each other. John and Jane sees a couple that is eccentric, adventurous, and endlessly affectionate.
How...
We ripped
Yes.
each other's clothes off
How did you
first
do
night we
that?
met.
A relationship they wish they had. But then this ball drops.
So do you think if the company hadn't matched you, that you'd be compatible?
Oh. I think,
John and Jane see how compatible the couple is, and it opens questions in their minds. Are we compatible? Would we have a stronger marriage if we were more adventurous, if we went high risk?
super high risk.
Super high risk.
Do we want to continue to play it safe? In Into the Woods, a 5-act journey into structure, John York writes, "All of our storytelling theories have one thing in common. All revolve around one central idea. The incomplete is made complete. Sense is made." So, the inciting incident in episode 4 isn't a complication on a mission, it's when they begin to doubt their own compatibility. The stakes are not life and death. The stakes are their future together. Neither of them says this point blank, so the conflict is subtextual. To answer these questions, pondering won't help. John and Jane are going to need to explore what their relationship looks like in a very real sense.
We're on the clock.
So you guys are on a
Thank you
mission?
so much.
Actually, you know what?
Really?
You two should come.
Yes. I was gonna
Oh
say
my
that.
God.
That is a great idea.
Is that allowed?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares?
You want to do it?
Yeah. I would do it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
Awesome.
it.
An opportunity presents itself.
It's a super high risk delivery.
Super high risk!
The other Smiths load John and Jane into their helicopter and send them off into the mission by themselves. What is supposed to be a package drop-off ends up with John and Jane getting kidnapped. They narrowly escape with their lives.
Not too bad, right?
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
But at least they have an answer to the question. Would we be happier if we were more like the other Smiths? The crisis is over. For now. But John and Jane still need to resolve their compatibility question from earlier if they want to ensure a happy future with each other. John and Jane are not meant for super high risk. They don't need to be that couple.
I hate those two people.
You do?
I hate them so much.
So much. They suck.
They're not cool.
No!
In laughing about it, they realize that they are happy with the life they have and with each other. What is marriage? Two people who love each other, who face life's challenges together, who communicate their needs, but sometimes have different ideas about how they want to live together. John and Jane's life as a spy duo is an analogy for their marriage. An analogy is a comparison of two otherwise unlike things based on resemblance of a particular aspect. The fact that they're spies is almost secondary to the story. Just look at the episode titles. First date, first vacation, double date, do you want to have kids? The marriage analogy comes up right from the beginning in the pilot.
What do you think happens if we fail?
Our marriage?
Our mission?
The whole show is a series of life missions that two people have to work on together, such as raising a baby
This is good for you. Smells good.
No.
and negotiating different lifestyles.
And what is it that you two do?
We're computer software engineers.
In this sense, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is incredibly profound. Sure, life has its highs and lows. You might not always see eye to eye with your partner, but at the end of the day, they're the person you go to, who cares for you. They will have your back, and they love you no matter what.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh. Oh.
John, it's not that bad. Stop!
Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a super surprising show. It creates new narrative structures with each episode. If I could write for one show on TV right now, it's Hanger. If the show gets renewed, if this video made you think or feel anything, please tell me about it. Drop a comment down below. I started this channel because I really want to build a writing community and learn from other people. So if there's anything I missed, the best way to let me know is to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.